Hi Pate, I'm Meredith.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How was your spring break?
My spring break went well. How about you?
It was good. What'd you do?
I went down to Palm Beach and then I came back to Ponte Vedra Beach and ran the national championship in the 15K. And I'm
Nice.
still sober.
That's not good. Well, Pate, I know you're a busy guy, and I was just wondering if I could ask you some questions about how you became involved in the Charleston 40 Campus Tour Guide Association here at the college. It should only take about 3 to 5 minutes. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay, great. Now, I know during tours, potential students give their reasons for coming to the college, but first, I want to know, what were your reasons for coming to the College of Charleston?
Growing up in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, it's 4 hours south of Charleston, so geographically there's a nice distance.
Great.
And also, they have a great business school. My dad's kind of in the sports marketing and management field, and that's something I would like to pursue as well. So the business school is very attractive to me.
Cool. That's good. How were you actually introduced to the idea of being in Charleston 40, in the association?
First semester freshman year, after I joined the fraternity, our current president, whose name was Charlie, was from Tampa. And he was older and from Florida, so I kind of gravitated towards him, and he was in Charleston 40. And he recommended that I look into it and see if it's something that I think would be enjoyable. And 3 years later, I still have had a great time doing it.
That's great. Okay, so what are the specific requirements? What if someone like me wanted to become a member of Charleston 40? Are there any specific GPA requirements, extracurricular activities? How do you apply for membership?
Students that are tour guides tend to be very involved on campus, so there are no particular requirements. What you would do is you would fill out an application just like any other student, and then after receiving your application and reviewing it, you would be assigned an interview time. In your interview, they would get to know your personality, just more about you, your extracurriculars, and they would also assign you 2 days prior a specific location on campus that you would rehearse and know the details about, and that would be part of your interview process, is reiterating the facts about that particular location.
Okay, cool. So there's actually no specific GPA that you need to have, though?
Correct, although most students that are involved have over a 3.0.
Okay. So besides all the hard work, I know there are certain benefits of being in this association. What are the certain benefits?
Well, a couple of benefits include being paid for each tour, and because you are employed by the Office of Admissions, you're given priority registration, so you have certain time slots that you can fill to give the tours, which is very nice, especially as a sophomore and even freshman, when otherwise you'd be at the back of the pack making your schedule.
Right.
And then aside from those, it's great public speaking practice, and you get to learn kind of more about the school and just meet people, which is a lot of fun.
So you said great public speaking practice. Do you think this has benefited your major, like the major that you are doing? Like, do you think being in this association has helped you a lot?
Well, if you look at the studies, people's biggest fear is public speaking.
Right.
So this is kind of a way when you can practice it kind of on someone else's dime and learn from it, and especially if you would like to become an executive one day in various business fields, you're going to have to speak in front of clients and at meetings, and this is a great way to practice it and rehearse, and you're given facts that you need to learn, and it's a great way to practice, and I don't know, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, so after all the tour guides introduce themselves, are there a particular type of student that gravitates towards you versus another tour guide?
Students tend to gravitate towards me that were involved in athletics as I was in high school, and particularly there are a lot of students we see coming in from out of state. And I kind of relate to them both from the parents paying the extra out of state money and just, I looked at other schools outside of the College of Charleston, both back home in Florida and throughout the Southeast. And particularly if someone is interested in business, hospitality and tourism management, or finance, all of which I'm majoring in, they will most likely jump on my tour.
You said you looked at other schools. Did you go on other tours when you were coming to college?
I did. I looked at the University of Florida, the University of Georgia, Florida State, and the College of Charleston.
Okay. And how were their tours different than the one at the college?
Well, the College of Charleston was unique on my college list in that it was much smaller than your typical large SEC land-grant school.
Right.
And with many of those campuses, as you're all aware, they're so large and that many times you have to either learn the bus route or find another means of transportation. So many of those tours would have you actually go on a bus.
Right.
But a lot of times they would incorporate more of the football and basketball, kind of the revenue-generating sports, the school spirit feel into their tours. Whereas we play more on kind of the history of it, having the whole city as your playground, things of that nature.
I like that. Okay, Now, if you could you please take me through like the steps of a normal campus tour, where you stop, what you say, just kind of an example.
Prospective students and families will arrive 30 minutes prior to their scheduled campus tour for an information session, which is given by one of our admissions counselors.
Right.
And then after the 30-minute info session, we'll have between a 60 to 75-minute campus walking tour, where the tour guides will introduce ourselves, and then they will gravitate towards one of our particular tours, and we have various routes. They all see the same things, they just go in different directions, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Do you feel like you have influenced any students to come to the College of Charleston?
Being a tour guide can be very gratifying at times, particularly after a campus tour when the parents will come up to you and ask, where can we put in our deposit? You have influenced us, we would like to come. Because many times when students look at colleges, the tour guide is the first and only person they really interact with at the college. So it's very important from the Office of Admissions to have good people that represent the school in a positive way.
Right. Now, I'm sure you get asked numerous questions, but I'm curious to know, what is the weirdest or strangest question you have ever been asked during a tour, after a tour, or whatever?
My freshman year, 2 weeks after a campus tour, I received an email from a female in Asheville, North Carolina, asking me if I would be her prom date.
Wow,
And
interesting.
it was almost a page long, and she was dead serious.
Did you say yes?
Unfortunately, we had finals that week. I had to decline, but it was pretty humorous.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Pate, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know you're busy, and I think I have all my information about, being a member of the Charleston 40 Association. So thank you.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.